Hello, David Paul here. I just thought I'd make a little video, and this really is, I keep saying that, but this really is a short. Progressing okay with this wall. The problem I'm having is it's very exhausting. Temperature's really high here. The temperatures go up to like 30 degrees centigrade plus sometimes. So it's really hard work. So how do you get around this? Well, a couple of days ago, I was really exhausted. I mean, I thought, like, my God, am I going to die or something? I was that exhausted. I just physically couldn't move. So sat in the chair, drank tea, ate some food, sat in the chair, drank tea, ate some food. My partner said, stop, quit working. Take a rest. So I took a rest. And then I took another day's rest. And then on the third day, I was okay. But I'm eating like a monster as well. I'm sick of eating. Just eat. Well, the reality of life is that concrete is very, very heavy. And as you're lifting it up and lifting it down, shoveling it and whatever, E equals mgh, you can do the maths and you realise that you're expending a lot of energy and just pushing the damn stuff around. So anyway, suddenly I realised that I've got to take a different tack on this. So here's what I'm doing now, is you'll see that there are 4 rebars here, 3 rebars, dividing the length of this gully thing into 4. Now it takes about 14 buckets of the concrete to fill this entire thing. It's actually 13.5, something like that. Well, I'm going to call that 16, right? So the plan is, what you do is you mix 4 buckets of concrete and you put them in and you work from one end to the other end. And you can do this yourself. You work from one end to the other end. You've still got a live edge. It's not setting off yet. And then you stop. So you do 4 buckets. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've just done 2. I'm on my 3rd one now. So 1 more bucket and then I quit. Strangely enough, it seems to be filling fast, this thing. I don't know what's going on, but never mind. If it does, it does. Okay, 4 buckets and then you quit. Then you go. Sorry. Then you go and you have a cup of tea and a sit down and an enforced rest, listening to the radio, something like that. Total nothing. Then you get up and you go and mix some more. But I've realised something that I've been doing, which is wasting a little bit of energy. I don't know how much, but I've tried one. In fact, I tried the last 2, and it seemed to take less effort to mix it. So what we got here, we got gravel, we got sand, and over here, we got the cement. So you put, in this bucket, you put 3 gravels, 2 sand and 1 cement, and you mix them up. Now if you give it a little squirt of this here washing up liquid, it's actually Fairy Liquid. Fairy Liquid is the best one for this, and I mean a tiny squirt. It makes it much more workable. It's much easier. It's what you call a plasticizer, except real plasticizers actually help to prevent cracking. Although having said that, I've noticed that I don't seem to get much cracking in my cement either. So maybe Fairy Liquid works as a very cheap actual real plasticizer. Anyway, so you mix those together and that's how you do that. And that's how you mix them. That's the normal way. But then I realised, I thought, I've thrown them all in there and then I'm going to mix them all up. So I go 3, 2, 1, water, mix up. But hang on a minute, I'm taking one of these containers and I put that in here. In this case it's water that I'm putting in, but normally I'm filling it with gravel, so a scoop of gravel and so on. So my new system is this: 1 scoop of gravel, number 1, count 1, 1. Sand, 1 scoop of sand, number 2. Back again, gravel, 1 scoop of gravel, number 3. So if I go to the next the final one will be gravel, and that'll be number 5. So in other words, the gravels are all odd numbers and the sands are all even numbers. So the gravels are 1, 3 and 5, and the sands are 2 and 3. But however, I've got to mix cement in amongst that as well. You don't want to put the cement on the top, because then you've got to mix that all again as well. So, but you want to keep your rhythm going, you want to keep counting. So you go 1 gravel, 1, 2 sand, back, 3 gravel, go over to the cement, fill a pot of cement. So to keep the numbers the same, you can call this 3A, or you can call it 3 prime or something, or just recount 3 again. 3. You don't need to worry about cement, because you can see it's in there and you know you've put it in, because there's only 1 container of that. But sometimes you could put like not enough gravel in or not enough sand. So we've now gone 3A or 3 prime. So we return and we go to 4. 4 is an even number, or that'll be a sand, yeah. 4, 1 is sand, okay. 5, gravel again. So what do we have here? We have a pile of sand and gravel and cement and everything. Where's the sand? Well, it's mixed in the middle, isn't it? Because it's already buried. Where's the cement? I can see I put cement in there because there's the cement. It's mixed in, it's in the middle of the mix. So in other words, this mix, the mixing of this mix is already been 50% done before I start shoveling it and turning it over. So I've cut out about 50% of the physical work of doing this. Okay. Now, what does this weigh? I don't know. But when that's all made up, it's something like 10, well, I would say 10 to 15 kilos. Okay. So we take all of that, and all of that there will fit into this bucket. No problem. So it fits in this bucket. And then you carry this bucket, this heavy bucket now, because it's 10 to 15 kilograms, in, and you put it in the thing. And it's hard to manipulate, it's hard to lift up, it's heavy to carry, and it's hard to shovel material out of it because it's difficult to maneuver it and everything. What's the answer to that? You only take 50% of the material. So when this is mixed, you take 50% of the material and you put it in a bucket and you walk over there. Now, walking around on flat ground is nothing. Carrying like 5 kilos is just no work. It's all the lifting, it's this, it's the up and down business. That's where the work is. So I've tried this for the last couple of things and I'm not feeling tired. That's amazing. That's that little tiny difference. Because what I'm doing, what I'm having the problem with is that by doing all this physical work, I'm utilizing all the glycogen in my muscles. So you exhaust your muscles and you need to rest and recuperate and fill them up again. Well, I'm not taking rest days, which I should be doing, and I have taken a couple of rest days. But I'm switching to eating more carbohydrates to allow my muscles to fill up. I'm not eating sugar, sugar's bad stuff, but I'm eating more carbohydrates. And I'm feeling just fine. I feel great. So at the end of today, we'll see how I feel. I may make a video on this to follow up, like a description of how I feel with this new mixing technique after I have done one complete trough. And then that's it. So give it a try. Jesus be with you.